want to talk about going high to low. High to low. So footwork that you do up top to drop down low. You gotta go up to bottom. The weather is bad out here. I'm running a little bit behind. You guys get it. So high to low. How do we go high to low? Right? High to low. High. Low. Cool. All right. So this is really like it's gonna be like a mix up of different things that we're gonna do. We're just gonna do a bunch of variety transitions. I want to just take you guys from up top to the bottom, right? So what's the easiest ways to transition from high to low? Right. That's probably the easiest way. That's probably the easiest way to transition to fall. All right, we don't want to fall. So what we're gonna do to get high to low, we're going to start literally. Like we gotta feel how it feels to squat. So my high to low in the beginning is here to here. Can you do that? Here to there, right? If you can't do that, you gotta work on that. You gotta get some squats in. Ooh, some squats in. Right? The next thing I want to do is I want to see how it feels. Which leg is more like has more strength, I guess, to hold me up or to pull me back up, right? So I want to start doing things like this. Put one foot down. I want to squat. I'm gonna use mainly this leg right here to squat on. All right. So this leg is really not really doing much. It's like a kickstand. It's like a tripod. It's just to help assist as I go down. This thing off. I want that thing to be off. All right, so cool. So I use the kickstand, boom, and I assist me going down. Again, I want the weight here. Boom. I gotta feel how that feels. Other side, I gotta feel how that feels. I gotta see how that feels. All right, cool. All right, good. Then I'm gonna do it leg sliding out. So as I go down, I'm gonna start to go down. Now the leg that is actually on its toe stop, I'm gonna use that to go down on now. So I drop here. Got it? So as I drop on this leg. Boom. And then once I have that, then it's about technique. So how do I want to go down? First thing I'm gonna do is this. This is number one. Plug down. I'm gonna go forward and then pull back. Forward and pull up. Keep that up. Forward, pull back. Forward, pull up. Switch it out. Forward, get low, and then pull back even lower. Stay low, pull up, pull out, come down, pull out, up. Cool, I got that, right? So what that's gonna help me out with is doing things like, again, this is a transition, right? So I can jump into a leg extension from there. So if I pull back and extend that right out, so I go out, pull back, and extend out. You see what I did right there? Easy transition. So as I pull in, pull up. This also helps out with the dips. I'm dipping, bye-bye, dip, out, dip. See that? So that's your high to low. For that basic transition. Now, what I want to start doing now is I want to start seeing how it feels to be on both toe stops. So as I collapse on both toe stops, left, right, and then drop. Just like that. So you get up, do it again. Left, right, drop. I need to see how that feels. That's important. So now once I have that, then I want to go ahead and start collapsing down a little bit quicker. A faster transition. See that? Left, right, drop. Left, right, drop. Cool? Now whenever you're going low, the best foot placement is not pigeon toe, it's going to be duck footed. So if I'm duck footed, it's easier for me to drop. If I'm pigeon toe, it's harder for me to drop because my knees collide. So you got to understand foot placement is important too. I can be straight footed, of course, right? But preferably I want to be like this. So whenever I'm doing anything, boom, 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 I'm going duck footed. I'm opening up my legs so I can drop down low. Anytime I do anything, boom, boom, go wide, spin, I want to start pigeon toe, but as soon as I get to this level, I'm going to open up my legs. Okay? So again, boom, 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 legs start to open up so that way I can drop down. All right? My knees separate. I say it like that. Your knees are going to separate the lower you get. All right? That's how you're going to create control. Separate the knees. Cool? Now, as I'm doing this, basically you're going to find if you're left-handed, your more stable foot is probably your right foot. Because if I play basketball, and whatnot, I go for a left hand layup, I'm jumping off this right foot. Same thing if I'm kicking the ball, I'm on my right foot and I'm kicking with that left. So more than likely this right foot, if you're left-handed, is going to be your stable foot. If you're right-handed, it's probably going to be your left foot. These are not your stronger feet, your stronger legs. These are just your more stable legs. So keep that in mind, right? So if I'm right-handed, I'm probably going to do a lot on its left. Cool? Okay, so now, we got the basic out the way. Cool? Let's see what time it is. We got the basic out of the way in 10 minutes. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start collaborating with different moves, different placements. So let's talk about the crazy legs. We already covered the crazy legs. If you haven't seen it, check out the last live, or the live, yeah, it's the last live, but make sure you guys get my Skater Fit app. I cover this stuff in my app. Skater Fit app. Don't forget. All right, Skater Fit, SKARFIT. So when I drop down into this crazy legs, what I was covering last time, when we do crazy legs, we go pigeon toe when we reach our peak. But by the time we get low, it's duck footed at our peak. So what we have to do is we have to figure out that transition. So the transition goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Once I reach this area, I'm going out. Out. Got it? So again, as I go, collapse, pigeon, pigeon, pigeon. Now from here, I'm out. Okay? And that transition is really just from here. Instead of me going out and collapsing, I want to go out and stay out. All right? So it's going to be a hit, 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 and hit. See, I open up that back leg. That's going to get me down for that crazy leg. Bah. Remember, duck footing. We got to stay duck footed. Stay wide. Bah, 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 bah. That's going to create that low. Cool? Now let's talk about sit spins. So we cover spins in the first lesson. So I'm not going to really cover across how to do these spins. Check out the lesson on YouTube. All right? But for your spins, when you're spinning, to get low, it's better to start off low. When I start low, I stay low. So I go low, and I get low. Start low, stay low. Got it? Sway, got it. So sit spins. As I start low, Now, how do I get it from the compass? We're going to cover compass spins later on, but let's go ahead and dive into some of these compasses, right? So as I'm doing the compass spin, this is the compass spin, right? This is the compass spin, right? So when I'm compassing, what I want to do, let's put this right here. When I'm compassing, what I want to do is this. I want to sit on that stable leg. Right now, I'm left-handed. So my right leg, I know it's inverted, but you get what I'm saying. This right leg, that's what I'm going to be stabilizing on. So I'm going to drop down on this leg. No matter which direction I go in. Right? I want to, if I'm going forward, if I'm going in the direction of this leg, I want to be opened up. Now this is, as I'm going backwards, this is where it happens. So I'm going to invert out. I'm going to go pigeon toe when I drop down low, going reverse. So when I'm going reverse, I'm going to be pigeon toe, right? If I'm going away from my foot that I'm on, I'm pigeon toe. So again, as I drop, pigeon toe, pigeon toe. Cool. As I come up, I open up. Duck, put it up, put it up, put it up, put it up. See what I did there? So same thing as I go around to drop down. Duck, 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 duck. Come back up. Okay? So just understand that. When you drop down low, it's just a matter of strength. You gotta have that strength built up. If you don't have that strength built up, then you're not gonna make that happen. Cool? Now, what's another one? So how do I get low to leg extensions, Jay? So if I'm gonna get down low to leg extension, you can do one or two things. You can either drop, you can airplane decline, or you can transition from another move, right? One of three things. I said two, right? So I can either drop, see how I pumped that toe? Remember how I showed you guys in the beginning? I can either drop, hop. But I don't want to sit on that boot. I want to be in the air, right? So as I drop down, I may touch the boot with my butt, but I need to pop back up. Drop, boom, pop. That's where I want to be at. I don't want to be down and resting. Okay? The other transition, like I said, the airplane decline, is where I go, hey, hey, right? So that's the airplane decline. So I can do that, or I can find a move that makes sense, like the splits, right? Split, drop down. See that? Right? Or I can place the legs down. Got me? It's really based off of what you want to do and how you want to present this. So, the next thing is from high to low. I did everything without using my hands. Now we get to use our hands. Cool? And tomorrow we're doing groundwork. So tomorrow is going to be a lot of hand use. Alright? But if I want to use my hands, all I got to do, so for instance, what's one of the most common things that we do? Alright, what's one of the most common things that we do as a workout society? Push-ups. So if I can drop down to a push-up, that'll help me out. But I also got to be able to pop up from that push-up. I can drop down, but I got to get back up. Oh. Right? I can pop down, but I got to get back up. So how do I do that under control, in rhythm? Right? Like, how do I do that, but under control and in rhythm? I got to make it make sense, but I also got to understand what my strength is. What can I do and what can I not, or what can't I do? Right? So that's one. The other one is to go down from the side. Right? When I go down from the side, I don't go down to the side like this. Alright, I usually go down with the other foot switched over like this. That way I can, right? Pop right back to that toe. So again, as I go down, boom, down to the side. Use your arms and your limbs, your hands and stuff as assistance to help you guys get there, right? So that's what I'm doing with that. Another thing is just a drop. Just a drop on your toes. Drop back on your toes. Get that toe back, drop, and that'll get you there. Example. Boom, drop. Five. Right? And drop back. And that's how you guys get down. Now, highs and lows is not going to be that technical or that difficult. It's just it requires strength. So whatever you do as you guys are doing this, just make sure that you guys are taking care of your bodies and not just throwing yourself out there, but doing what you know you can do within your strength, all right? Strength code, baby. All right, I gotta read these comments. But highs and lows, that's pretty much it for highs and lows. Let's cover these comments. Woo. I got a review coming out for WIFA. I'm doing a WIFA review, so you guys stay tuned for that. Today should be out. Finding locations, tennis. People yell at me. B-ball never has space. Big city, no options. There's some tiles you guys can get. There's these tiles. They're called in-out floor or in-out flooring. They're not super cheap, but they're not super expensive either. You can get like 15 tiles for like $200 some, right? These tiles, they really help out with being in home or even on grass. So that way you guys have places to work it out. Okay? I'm gonna fall and bust my face. You're not. Just if you are, hit me up so that way I can go ahead and give you some lessons. Can you get tips for the corkscrew? Corkscrew's coming up. I'll give you some tips for the corkscrew right now. But corkscrew's coming up. When you're corkscrewing, you're gonna go opposite direction of how you spin. So if you heel toe spin to the right, put your right foot on his toe, left on his heel, then you're gonna use that same foot placement, right toe, left heel. Except where you're gonna turn to your left. Like that. Notice his heel is up. I'm dragging the toes on his left foot. Cool? Dragging the toes on his foot that's in the front. That's the heel toe corkscrew. That's the basic beginner one. The toe, we'll talk about that. That requires just a little bit more technique. Just a little bit more technique for the corkscrew, for the toe. What else we got? Oh, thank y'all for the roses. Appreciate that. We tend to lean forward. Will we not lift? Oh, we don't lift our shoulders or our heads. Yeah, so that's the thing. You gotta always. When I don't give you guys the don't look down thing. I don't never say don't look down. What I say is when you guys look down, I'm not looking directly at my boot. Give you the example. Y'all see my book bag, right? My backpack. That's what I'm looking down at. I'm looking at my backpack from this distance. That's what I want to see. And then I want to now look at the bottom or the legs of my tripod. The reason why is because now it takes me out of tunnel vision. If I look down, I'm in tunnel vision. That's what we don't. We don't want you to look directly down. We want you to look down but forward. So that way you can still see your feet, but you can see everything else around you, right? It gives you a broader view of what you're doing. So I want to look down, but I want to look diagonally down, all right? I don't want to look here, because just like you said, my posture is down here. But if I look diagonally down and then sit, it gives me a better posture. Now when I'm doing stuff, and I'm trying to feel what I'm doing, that's where I get that posture control. Just keep that in mind. Never look directly down. You want to look diagonally down towards something. Make sense? I hope that makes sense. I know that makes sense. People just up early in the morning skating. That's what we doing, Emmy. Up early skating every day, 9 o'clock. It's so helpful. I'm glad I can help. Can you teach us how to go backwards? I rollerblade and I'm trying to learn. So blading, what's up, Lexi? Blading and and uh and quad skating, right? Skating on quads. It's the same thing for backward skating. It's just a different balance. So if I go backwards, instead of me being on all four wheels, instead of me having quads like this, because it's still four wheels on the blades, I'm gonna be on blades be very narrow. But in order for you to skate backwards, you don't skate backwards duck foot. You only skate backwards pigeon toe. That's how you guys move back. If I go pigeon toe and go forward, I'm not gonna make that happen unless I'm stepping in front. See that? So what I wanna do, I wanna make sure I'm pigeon toe and I wanna go backwards. That's how I push these back. And then also, this is a pro tip, check this out. My weight is on the balls of my feet right now. See that? That's control. But as soon as I shift them back to my heels, I'm gonna start moving. And that's what's gonna happen to a lot of us. When you guys start going pigeon toe, you're gonna shift your weight to your heels. And you're gonna be like, hey, uh. Right? That's what y'all about to be doing. So try not to shift your weight to your heels too much. Keep your weight on your toes to keep you stable. And then when you're ready to push, you squat. Squat. Then separate. And then come back up together. And notice that when I come back up, my weight is on my toes, but my heels are dragging. Cool? My weight is on my toes, but my heels are dragging. Alright? And that's how you bubble too. So obviously bubbling forward, my weight is now on my heels as I push forward. My weight is on my toes as I push back. Boom. Forward, back. Weight transition. Watch my upper body. Forward, back. Or back, forward. Forward, back. I still squat, but my position changes when I squat one way. Because the reason why I squat so heavy going forward or going backwards like this, because I don't want to squat heavy and then go back. I want to make sure that I squat forward when I go back and sit down when I go forward. Got it? That's the weight distribution. It's really simple. It's more simple than that, but that's the other thing. Now let's just say, hey, I'm struggling with still going backwards, Jay, and these blades is killing me. What do I do? Well, I gotta make sure I got balance on these blades for one. But for two, if you know how to turn your foot, one foot in front. So let's just say my balance is all on this right foot. I just need momentum. I got balance. I just need momentum. What do? I'm going to push off this other foot and go. Push off, other foot and go. Push off, down. Once that push off begins, I'm gonna use the toes of that foot that's pushing off, and I'm gonna just keep the toes on the ground because now I can just wiggle them. So instead of me pushing off and trying to catch my balance again, I want to push off and pull it in. I'm gonna push off and pull it in. I'm gonna push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. All right? Jay, that's still too difficult. What else do I do? I got you. So if that's still too difficult, then what you're gonna do is this. You're going to start here and you're just going to go out as far as you can and then stop. Pull back in if you can. If you're not used to doing this, going out and pulling back in, then just go out and turn your feet in and go out again. But you gotta hold it. And then once you get past that hold, you wanna start now out here almost in a pigeon toe stance, and then drag your heels in and try to pull yourself together. And that's going to create your bubble. Boom, boom, out, and then stop. Out, and then stop. Eventually, you want to turn your feet straight. If you can turn your feet straight, when you go out, turn your feet straight, and just let it coast until you're ready to stop. Then going back in and going out, and then you'll start to catch the rhythm of it. It's a rhythmatic move. You have to have a rhythm to make this happen, all right? If you don't have a rhythm, then you're going to be stuck. Now, the last one, the last technique is to transition your weight. You guys ever been skiing? Me neither. All right, you guys can do these. All right. So I'm just shifting my weight. I'm letting one drag, and I'm shifting over, and then I'm picking up the other one. I'm shifting, picking up the other one. That's all I'm doing. And I'll be honest, I don't even know if that's talk when you snowboarding or skiing, whatever. But that's how you skate backwards. That's skating backwards made simple. I'm hoping that answered your question. But I will have a session on skating backwards, so don't worry about that. I will go more in depth later on. That's just to get you started. That's on both rollerblades and roller skates. That's got the number one. Woo! I'm getting gifted. I don't even know what these are right now. Appreciate y'all. Okay, that makes sense. You're welcome. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. All right, but that's it. So at 9 o'clock tomorrow, I'm back on. Hopefully the weather's fine and I can be out where I'm normally at. But other than that, man, you guys are amazing. Appreciate you guys.